In the world of audio, one of the most polarizing debate centers around the importance of cables. A common belief, especially among new audio enthusiasts, is that expensive cables are always better. This myth suggests that by spending more money on cables, you are guaranteed better sound quality. However, the reality is more complex. In this video, we will explore the fundamentals behind this myth, analyze the factors that truly matter in cable quality, and review the opinions of experts and studies in the audio field. Before we begin, if you haven't done so yet, we ask that you subscribe to our channel. It's free and greatly supports us in continuing to create these videos. Thank you for your collaboration. To understand why the price of a cable doesn't always reflect its performance, it's important to first grasp the basic function of an audio cable. Audio cables are responsible for transmitting electrical signals between components of a sound system, such as an amplifier and a speaker. The quality of this transmission can influence the final sound but is subject to various technical factors. Resistance affects signal loss. A cable with low resistance will transmit the signal more efficiently. Capacitance, a high capacitance can lead to a loss of detail, especially in high frequencies. Inductance impacts frequency response and can introduce distortions if not properly managed. Shielding protects against external interferences, such as radio frequency interference, RFI, and electromagnetic interference, EMI. The myth that more expensive cables always offer better sound quality is based on several assumptions, including better materials. It is believed that more expensive cables use superior materials, such as oxygen-free copper, OFC, or even silver, which could improve signal transmission. Advanced construction and design. Expensive cables often boast more sophisticated designs, with better insulators, multiple shielding layers, and high-end connectors. Brand and prestige. The perception of quality is often influenced by the brand. Companies known for high-end products can justify higher prices due to their reputation. Marketing and psychology. A higher cost is often associated with luxury and better performance, reinforcing the idea that a more expensive cable must be superior. While some of these arguments have a basis in reality, the correlation between a cable's price and its performance is not always straightforward. Here are some factors to consider. Conductor materials. While it's true that materials like silver have better conductivity than copper, the difference in sound quality may be imperceptible to most human ears, especially in mid-range audio systems. Cable thickness. AWG thicker cables have less resistance and are better for transmitting signals over long distances, but it's not always necessary to pay a premium for this feature unless dealing with special setups. Shielding and insulation. These elements are crucial to avoid interference, but the increase in quality between moderately priced and extremely expensive cables is often marginal. Connectors. Gold-plated connectors, while good for resisting corrosion, don't always justify a very high price. The difference between these and other well-made connectors is minimal in terms of performance. Blind tests and studies have yielded interesting results regarding this myth. Many audio experts have pointed out that in mid-range systems or for the average user, the differences between expensive cables and reasonably priced ones are minimal and, in many cases, undetectable without precise measuring instruments. Here are some key findings. Blind tests. In many cases, participants in blind tests could not distinguish between cheap and expensive cables in a controlled environment. Buyer bias. Some studies suggest that expectation bias plays a significant role. If a user believes a more expensive cable will sound better, they are likely to perceive it that way, regardless of the actual differences. Physical limitations. The limits of human hearing mean that beyond a certain point, improvements in cable quality may be imperceptible. So, how should you choose audio cables? Here are some recommendations. Evaluate the entire system. Make sure the rest of your equipment is up to par before investing large sums in cables. A $500 cable won't improve a system with components of equal value. Consider cost-benefit. Ask yourself if a cable that costs 10 times more will provide a sound quality improvement that justifies that cost. In many cases, a well-made, moderately priced cable is sufficient. Test in your own environment. Whenever possible, test different cables in your own system to see if you can notice a difference. Avoid the extremes. Extremely cheap cables may have construction and durability issues, while the most expensive ones may offer marginal benefits for a much higher cost. In summary, the myth that expensive cables are always better is not entirely true. While more expensive cables may offer higher quality materials, better construction, and superior design, these factors don't always translate into a proportional improvement in sound quality, especially in mid-range audio systems. It's essential for users to evaluate their specific needs, the environment in which their equipment operates, and the rest of their system before deciding how much to spend on cables. Ultimately, while a quality cable is important for ensuring good signal transmission and avoiding issues like interference, it's not always necessary to spend a fortune to achieve excellent performance. The key is to find a balance between quality and cost and ensure that the investment is justified by the perceived improvements in the audio experience. Thank you for being part of our community. Subscribe to our channel, give us a like, leave a comment, and activate the notification bell. Your support helps us continue creating quality content. Thank you for being here.